of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We have a roll call. Connie Hargis. Present. Shirley Richard. Donna Lashley. Here. Daryl Wilson. Todd Hayes. We have the approval of claims. Do I have a motion to approve the claims?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
We have minutes approval from September the 11th. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we have a public hearing. Do you want him to talk about it? The public hearing at 5:09.
No, it's,
Hearing on the budget,
yeah,
so we're at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so, I mean, I think there's much needs to be said, other than open the public hearings if there's any public comment on the budget. But the budget was published and notice was given according to law, so.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions? No?
Close the public hearing.
Okay, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Rochelle, that went from 5:09 to 5:10. Okay, so we are in the middle of an audit, which has been a lot of fun. And one of the things that they discovered is we had a redevelopment authority board, which was from 2006 when we put the riprap down by the river. I guess the road caved in and we had to rebuild the road. And when all of those obligations were met, meaning that the work was done and was paid for in full, they were supposed to close it out and do away with that board. I called a meeting last week and former Mayor Packer and Owen Wells was set on that board, and there was 3 members. So I had them come in, sign the resolution of for the board. And then yesterday, they told me I needed to bring it before the council, and you guys had to okay closing that board also. So I have the resolution of dissolution somewhere, and I have the meeting minutes, and I have a place for you guys to sign. I wasn't sure if you had to sign or not, so I'm just covering all bases so that we can put this to bed. So do you want the motion to close the redevelopment authority?
Make a motion to close.
Yeah. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Eric, would you like to talk?
Sure. Thank you. I have 2 items for you. The first one is the application for the wastewater treatment plant project. This is pay application number 12, covers work from the period of August 26th to September 25th. Primarily work activities were again just concrete work. They're about done with the concrete work. They're working on some of the smaller structures out there now. Time, but not as much material. Electrical work. Maybe they have approached us with potential delay because the SBR equipment, the equipment that goes in the treatment. Some of that's not going to be here till December is what they're projecting now. And there's a lot of work that happens after that arrives. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about everything so we get schedules updated, everything else done and out there that's not associated with the late arriving equipment. So no official delay claim yet. And we are also looking at adding some work to possibly extend the effluent sewer line. We do that will take more time, so that negates the need for delay claim if that like that swing that make that work. So a lot of balls in the air, but they're progressing very well out there right now. So been working with the weather and they've got a lot of people out there working. So with that, I would recommend recommend approval of pay application number 12. It is $748,203.29. 748 203.29.
I make a motion that we accept pay application number 12.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. It doesn't matter.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We are having a progress meeting next Tuesday since Monday's off.
Okay.
So, second thing I have is the lead service line removal project. If you recall, we applied for a grant from the state revolving fund for lead service line removal work. Getting that actually better than what we thought. Got roughly a $2 million grant. It also includes, it was $190,000, 0% loan. And the thought process behind the loan was that as you proceed through the work with the grant, if you uncover additional work that you need to do that doesn't fit within the confines of the grant, you've got some money to cover that as well. So really pretty thoughtful. I mean, that's over 90% of the project getting done grant. So a lot better than what we saw last year, was about a 50-50 deal. So really very good. We do need to bid the project by March. So we've got to do a lot of work to get it ready to bid before bid. So I do have our agreement for design, bidding, construction services, inspection services associated with it. What we're going to do, a lot of the work is really investigative work. So we've identified more areas than we think we can even fix. What'll happen is we'll go out, we'll identify on the plans where the meters are, where the service lines are, where the other utilities, underground utilities are, in the areas that we want. Investigate and look at some of the meter pits and try to get materials on both sides of the meter. And the contractor will come out and they'll actually pothole both sides and verify what the material is. All that also advances you to what the regulations are for the next 10 years to identify what's lead and what's not in the system. As they identify lead service lines, if they identify lead service lines or galvanized lines that have been impacted by lead and then require to be replaced, we'll have them replaced. And so the intent is investigate, as we discover, have those replaced until we run out of money. So we've looked at a bigger area than what we think we need, have that set up in the plans, and basically established alternate pricing for the additional work with the intent of using up all the money to basically stretch it out as far as we can. So that'll happen. Right now, we've got a pretty quick construction schedule, about 6 months. Earmarks, so it'll be pretty fast.
From today's date?
From the date that we bid.
Okay.
Or from the date that we
March.
award. So we'll bid in March. Takes about 60 days to get through SRF and get all the money set up. So it'll be the next summer.
Okay, do you want to have a motion from me to sign the
Yeah, I do need our
agreement?
agreement. So,
Yeah.
I'll make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
St. Bernard's is here.
Some of you were here during the Board of Public Works, so you already have copies of this. My name is Tara Lloyd, and I am on a board with Brendan Wilson and Ryan Melwalk and a few others. We're focusing on campus improvement, things like that, and, things that we discussed. Things that we are looking at are, a new parish hall, possibly relocating the playground from the upper grounds that are on the south side of Pearl Street down to the lower grounds on the north side of Pearl Street. Relocating the office within the school in a different location, which would require possibly a parking lot somewhere else. I mean, everything that we're doing is safety driven. And every time we look at something and we talk about possibly utilizing the grounds on the north side of Pearl Street, the one factor that comes up regarding safety is it's a road and there's traffic. There's foot traffic, there's vehicular traffic. So we're here today and we talked to the Board of Public Works about next steps. And so what we want to do is just get this in front of you, not asking for a decision today, but for you to mull over, consider closing, vacating part of Pearl Street, where it intersects with Sixth Street over to our easterly property lines there on the north and south side of Pearl Street. And they're offset, so some work has to be done there. And there's discussion to be had on if we do a cul-de-sac or do we do, barricades on each end that the school would have the option to open or close, or, these are all things we can discuss going forward. But the school and the parish are applying for a grant, a safety-driven grant, which would include fencing around the campus. We're trying to tie our entire campus together without having a public through street going right through our property. Currently down there, we have our summer social. We have other parish events. The school utilizes the lower grounds for various events with the school children throughout the school year. For the larger events like summer social, they come before you usually, I think, and they ask for a temporary closure of that road, for safety. I think for several things they do at the school, they don't do that. And the teachers and the staff just have to be diligent in getting kids back and forth across the road. So we're looking at safety. We're looking at tying our entire campus together without being split. Mr. Busher here gave us some things that we need to do moving forward to kind of keep this moving along, but we wanted to get it in front of you so you guys can be thinking about it. We know there's things like public hearings and notification of property owners and your emergency services. All this stuff has to tie together and come together. But for us to be able to move forward as the committee we're on, on parish improvement and trying to achieve some of our goals of getting things done, like I said, we talked about moving the playground down to that lower ground. That would allow us to possibly have drop off and pick up in that area, and it gets all that traffic off of 6th Street 2 times a day. So it's safety for our campus. I think it's safety for City of Rockport, for your other people who are driving down 6th Street, people up and down 6th Street. There's golf carts up and down 6th Street, So it's all very safety driven. So we want to get that in front of you, know that we will be coming back with more information, and we will be working with your attorney to move forward, on next steps to request the vacation of it, the public hearing and things like that, and see if we can get that moving forward and to make that whole area safer for everybody. And if anybody has any questions on here, Mr. Noah, Mr. Wilson, if anybody has any questions about it that wasn't here during the Board of Public Works meeting.
I think, Chris explained some of the procedures
Yes.
that we have to go through.
Yep.
And things that you need to do.
Regarding utilities and things, we have to verify utilities and there still need to be access to that if that part of the road was vacated.
I'm just trying to get my mind a location, seemingly toward the red.
Yeah, so right here is we always have our summer social. 6th Street is right here.
Oh, I'm over there.
Yeah, 6th Street is right here. Here's St. Bernard School. That's our gymnasium. Mm-hmm. So you ever get turtle soup, you get to pick that up. But yeah, then you have these property owners right here. So you have to allow something here, for emergency services, plus these people have to have access. And what you would do is they would no longer be able to come here and go up 6th Street. They're only. Yeah.
This way.
Gotcha.
Yeah, how you propose to do these folks. Probably.
Yeah. So just
Right.
right here would be.
I think that would probably be our preference eventually, to have that completely blocked. That would be ideal, right? For that whole section to be vacated and,
Yes.
So cul-de-sac would be a turn.
if we go the cul-de-sac route there, yes.
Right now, it's 711.
No, it's not.
No.
Like I said, whenever we have summer social and stuff, I know we get barricades and request this part. The section we're actually gonna ask you vacated is what we regularly come forward and say, hey, can we temporarily close this today or whatever? Because whenever he has school events down there, they're usually in this area. They're in our gym and things right here, so you constantly have kids back and forth, across the road. Yep. Yep.
That's a safety.
Yeah, it's a safety concern for sure.
Did mention that we should talk to the street department, the police, the fire stations, to make sure they don't have any safety concerns before we make any decisions.
So, yeah, the process will be, you'll need to get the description, the file petition. I'll find the forms in the process for you. There'll be, time for all those agencies, all of your departments needs to be notified and get responses back and then have a public hearing. By then, everything hopefully is kind of known.
Mr. Nowak here, our principal, is gonna make sure you have his information, so he can be your point of contact to send any, like I said, forms we have to fill out, things like that. Go through Mr. Nowak, and then he'll make sure our committee has what it has.
So
Right now in your school, up to sixth grade. 8-year-old.
Pre-K to 8, so 3-year-olds to 14-year-olds.
Okay, I didn't.
Yep. Yep.
So do you guys want a little time to?
Yeah, we need to. I mean, I think it's great.
So we can move forward with that process to get towards public hearing and all that, is everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna, you'll file a petition
Okay.
today.
Okay.
And, we've had discussions in the past about certain vacations that may or may not have been done correctly. As a result of that.
Yeah.
I'd like to make sure if this one happens that we get it right, so. But yeah, I mean, I won't do anything to hold you up.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll hear some feedback, but it's just something we're gonna have to get used to in progress, it's progress for your school, so I'm all for it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you. You guys can leave too if you want.
And I'm sure they don't want to leave. See you guys.
But you're welcome to stay. Okay. Okay. We're thinking about a little something. I'll talk to you. Thank you. So we had Kathleen Maroon and, we decided to refer her to the tree board. So, so she, we're gonna be here with this one. Sure.
She was talking about that tree being right next to the house. Is that between, that's not going to be between the sidewalk and the street.
It is. It is between it.
It is.
Uh-huh.
It's driving, I thought. It would be-
Her house is pretty close to the road. And one thing I did
Very
bring up,
close.
I don't know that property is in her name. I think it's in the lady's name that she's doing the work for. So that may be another hurdle we need to think about. And, I would think we'd have to, her permission. And I did go by there. The limbs are in the power lines. So, I reached out to Centerpoint. And I just told him next time he was in town, if he could drive by there and see if it's anything they're interested in.
I don't think that's power. I believe that's another line.
Oh, okay. Maybe just
I
information.
think the power center points line, other side of the
Okay.
street. I'm not certain.
Are they?
That'd be on the,
Remember across.
Yeah, I do remember now. I think you're right.
Communication.
So it is
So
communication.
it's other, yeah.
It's gonna be okay. It's not bothering my life.
They do hers and going down the street, I've got a
Yeah, okay.
that's
That'd be
the issue.
Yeah.
It's a tree board.
Yeah, tree board.
So I was gonna bring up the skating rink again. I did go ahead and book them. I booked them for 2 extra hours, so they're actually gonna run from noon to 2, and they're gonna sit down for the parade and go from 3 to 7. And so I don't care to pay for some of it out of my budget that I already have, but I did earmark some of that money to other stuff we were doing, like with the pickleball courts and just finishing up some of the stuff next door. So I was gonna see if you guys would mind paying $5,000 from AAP to help with the skating rink.
What's the total cost again? Do we know? Cause I know we talked about this before.
I think
It was
you got a-
56 something.
you got a reduction because of going with
Yes, Santa Claus is doing it. too.
Santa Claus. A lot.
It's completely full. If you remember last year, the citizens paid for it. That's how much they wanted it.
Then go we have to administrate.
Most kids don't get to.
It's not
That's the
real ice
point.
skating, it's. what's
It's
the word?
plastic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like.
It's not nice.
It was completely, I've got pictures
It
and
was packed.
they really couldn't even skate. This one is, I don't think quite twice as big as what we had last year. As a matter of fact, it's gonna go in a different direction and just have some type of other entertainment. But then when this deal came along and it was bigger, I thought, why not?
We talked about last time. More negative. That's your
Yeah,
question.
well, I guess it depends on who you talk.
Well, we talked about it being such a big expense and it was, at the time it was going to be for 4 hours and we just thought that that money could be spent somewhere else.
Well, not all of us did.
Matter. I mean, if you guys don't want to pay for it, I'll pay for it on my budget. Honestly, we collected money and did every single cent of it. That's how much they wanted it. And we pay over works. We pay $6,000 or $7,000 for the bouncers at Freedom on the Move. And so I don't know why you don't want to celebrate Christmas.
Well, it's not that I don't want to celebrate it. It's not that I don't want to celebrate it. I just think it's a skating rink. And that day we have so many things going on in town. We have the library, we have the village, we have the parade. We just have a lot of things going on that day. And it just seems to me like an exuberant amount of money.
Okay.
That's my thoughts.
I just think it's an opportunity for kids who don't get to experience this, period. Because you have to pay for this wherever you go. And some of these kids will never do it. So
Right.
this is free.
I'm not opposed.
No, but it's free to them.
That may be better substituted in his place. I don't know.
Well, and if you remember 2 meetings ago, I asked for suggestions on what that could be, and I didn't receive any. So do I have a motion to pay $5,000 for the skating rink?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Also,
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm not voting for it. Sorry. I'm just not.
I think it's getting to be a little late for other projects.
There is no other property.
This is October. We talked about this. 2
Okay,
different
that's
times.
fine. I'll pay for it out of my budget.
There was a motion, a second.
They didn't this time and I voted yes. So I guess it's 2-2.
I don't want to see you.
Yeah, I don't want to either, but I am willing to because I really feel like the community wants it.
What is the fire thinking?
It's taken out of the promotions.
Which is within the budget though.
Yes.
I'll go with it if it's a full house. I thought just a few kids.
Well, I mean, I can pull up pictures from last year.
There all day. That skating rink was. We get it for 6 hours this time instead of 4. We had it 4 last time.
And I'm still willing to take some of that out of my budget.
I didn't make it up. Honestly, if it was that positive, the community really liked it. That's the reason why.
That's,
If the
Yes.
community-
It's not for us.
I didn't skate.
well, I'm not skating, but
No, I mean,
I just think it's a lot of
I didn't
money.
See it. I
Yeah.
didn't physically see
Yeah.
it myself. So,
If the community wanted to. I was thinking of 7,000. We're looking at.
Well, I think that's because of, I can't think of her name. It's not there. Melissa
Oh, Melissa.
called you and said,
Yes.
we have the same thing. We can get a discount if we both agree
Yeah,
to do
Santa
this
Claus
together.
is actually renting the skating rink for 2 days.
Well, we can't do that.
No, we can't do that. I mean, 6 hours is a lot.
Many kids involved. I just.
Well, I can't promise that it'll be packed.
But I'll ask you, put it in view if we do this.
Right. I was.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it every
future
year,
years.
maybe we should consider putting this in the budget for next year. I know it wasn't in our budget last year and you raised funds, which was great. This year, I don't know that you've raised funds or even asked or anything, but maybe if it's going to be a reoccurring event, you can put it in the budget and I'd feel better about it. But for non-budgeted money, it's just a lot of money.
I think it's too late.
Yeah.
I feel like every year at Christmas time, we're gonna do something, be it a skating rink or Lois or a games or,
We
You
can buy our
know,
own,
Sure.
we got to buy our own range, it's gonna be a reoccurring,
it's $150,000. I checked on.
maybe not.
So, yeah, I did check on that to see if it was
I'm
feasible.
I didn't think of it would because of the last time, but if the, for this community wanted,
So every year in the budget, I do budget money in AED in case we have things come up extra outside of like the general or the parks or anything
Right,
like that, that
right.
we can use that money. So there is a budget in AED that it can.
I don't want to think you
Okay,
So,
thank you. So,
so officially there with the, yes.
okay,
put on you.
okay. Sounds good.
I just,
I was gonna every year switch off, and then maybe next year do reindeer games or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but just go back and forth so that people don't get bored with the same activity. Okay. Request, they've taken it before. On Woolens, track, I'm not sure what year it.
That's what
And
Joe
they
said.
have the Ode Police Truck. Which, do you remember that title, Rochelle? Seeing it, I don't remember what year that is. Anyways, the Board of Public Works gave them permission to go ahead and start looking at new or used trucks with a side tool chest. So it's easy to get into and they don't have to crawl into the back of the truck because the police truck is higher than most. And so I just wanted to let you guys know if they do find something, of course, I'll bring it here. And you guys can prove it or not.
Forgive me, I don't.
So we're just giving permission.
So it's the water department.
Water department.
Yeah.
The sizzle.
Water truck,
Water
Yes.
department request.
looking for a new or used water truck.
Right. The water department.
Didn't know we had.
Yeah, no, they don't. We have the Moser settlement agreement. And the Board of Public Works approved. And I'll let Chris talk.
So as you all know, that's this before. In connection with the lift station, upcoming lift station project. And an easement from Walter Crush Stone. We're gonna talk about alleys and roads, and vacation and such. I had told them based on the conversations I had with the city did not want to discuss that in connection with the easement plan. They were separate issues. We filed a condemnation case. And then pretty much immediately after they received service, they indicated they wanted to settle and sign the original offer amount. So the appraised amount that we had, the appraisal we had 2 years ago, or whatever it was, is what we offered, $20,900. They agreed to that and settlement agreement. They would convey the property and the easement in exchange for $20,900. I actually have this signed. They've signed the settlement agreement. I already have the easement and the deed signed in my office. So that will resolve this. We'll have this easement and land in place. Just a couple more, I think, small ones that we need and we'll have everything for that.
Really?
Congratulations. That's great.
Yes, it is.
I really thought we were
Is
going
that
to
a
have.
win?
Yes,
Yes, it's
It
a
is.
huge win.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to work for it though.
we had a lot of discussions.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
I did indicate.
I hate it. We had to pay.
I indicated that we were willing to continue to discuss, continue the conversation on the other stuff, but did not want to combine the two. And so, maybe no commitment.
they're just supposed to include street plans and.
You just talking about. But they're aware that there's not much desire to do anything with that. So, yeah, so we separated this out and, resolved.
So it's
Do I have a motion to pay $20,900 from the sewer department? Cindy, to pay for this settlement and easement.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And we have the pickleball pay application number 2.
This is the pay application number 2 for the pickleball construction project. The original sums $161,386. This payment will be $122,774.53, leaving a balance to finish, including retainage of $60,036.15. So,
Do I have a motion to pay $122,774,558?
No. It's 122.
You say it. I can't, I don't have my glasses on. Let's try this. $122,774.53.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll make that motion.
do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
The remainder, the 60,000,
Will be paid at the end.
and that finishes the whole thing
Mhm.
except for lights.
Yes.
Does that do a bridge across and all that
So no, that,
parking?
we've taken a little bit of shift on that and the Parks Board hasn't approved it yet. So we may actually put the parking lot in a different spot that might be cheaper. I still feel like we're gonna have to fix that ditch at some point because it has problems. And, boy, does it have problems. It's going all the way across the city and causing problems, but, so I have to get that approved with the Parks Board first before I come and get an okay to get the concrete. We're thinking about maybe on the west side of the pickleball courts.
But that money is already there, or?
No, I was gonna come back to you guys. I had asked a couple months ago if I got those figures, if I could bring them back to you guys, and it was okay for me to go out and get those. But since then, things have shifted just a little bit, so it's taken a little bit longer than we thought. Because at this time of the year, it's hard to get people to work because they're so busy trying to finish that before the winter.
So you did mention, I mentioned bridge going over.
Right.
Is that part of this deal?
It might be, that's what I'm gonna take before the. That's all right. And then we're gonna cover the ditch with a pipe. Side, you know where you can come in to that, it's a great. And then maybe graveling all of that and just parking on the west side, which probably will be a lot cheaper. And just,
Gravel.
well, we'll have a concrete parking spot, a gravel up to that.
How can that be cheaper than just pulling that off of the paved road?
Because it's gonna look like this. So here's the pickleball courts. And here's the sidewalk that goes around the pickleball courts.
Okay.
And here will be the parking. And here will be gravel going and joining it to the bridge portion. So this will all be gravel. Only this portion will be concrete.
But now,
Or they
here's,
actually
here's where I'm seeing the expense, is all this gravel coming over a makeshift bridge already. Keeping and maintaining 200 yards of gravel
Mhm.
as opposed to pulling right off the little paved road right there where she gets.
Okay. These, we have to pull out the horseshoe pits. And these all are, it's gonna be twice as big as this parking lot. In concrete. And then we have to build a pipe underground. Which this probably is gonna run anywhere, I'm just guessing, $30,000-$40,000. With a sidewalk that goes over it. And so this money. Because we won't have to finish this right away.
You're getting quotes.
And I don't know, yes.
Once it.
And I could actually quote both of them.
Yeah, I think the boards are okay, they'll get quotes. we'll be getting quotes.
Yeah.
Contractor on, both on the options, and that way you kind of know.
Yeah, I could actually
Whether
quote
there's
both
real
options.
savings or what you're saying is true. I mean,
I mean,
right.
by the time you do this, re-gravel for,
Yeah.
keep all the grass out of it. It's a maintenance. It's gonna be.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So just my.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get quotes for both. And we'll see where that shakes out. We are currently in an audit, Rochelle.
We didn't make a motion for that, did we?
I heard to
Did
get,
we? Okay.
I heard to get,
The pay
quotes.
application?
No, the pay. Did we make a
Pay.
motion for
Yes,
that?
yeah.
Okay, you did, right?
Yeah,
on-
yeah.
okay. Sorry.
No, so we are currently in an audit. Rochelle called and requested one because I think we have to have one before our federal loan comes through. Yeah. So we're in the middle of a state audit and a federal audit. It's been a lot of fun. And so that's where a lot of things, it's actually helpful. And it, just helps us know that we're on the right track of doing things right. The Idea Summit with AIM is this month, October 21st through the 23rd in French Lick. Anybody's, I don't know, it may be too late to sign up now. I think I asked if you guys wanted to attend 2 or 3 months ago. The pickleball closing is going to be October 27th at 11 p.m. We're going to do a walkthrough at 10 a.m. October 27th. And we're going to do a walkthrough at 10 a.m. to make sure everything's okay. Andy's coming to help okay all that too. And then we'll have a ribbon cutting at 11 a.m. We're having a Halloween decorations contest judging on October 29th. And we're going to put that on Facebook so everybody can decorate their houses. I had met with Centerpoint a couple of weeks ago with Mayor Terry and the Mount Vernon mayor to discuss part of the reason why residents are upset about their bills. And they have agreed to do a fair. It's just, we haven't set the date or the time yet, but we're looking at possibly doing it on the 27th. And I did call the school and ask if we could probably use their gym. So it'll
Which
be,
school? The high school?
yes, I don't know which gym they're gonna pick
Oh.
yet.
Okay.
Because we're just really early in the
Okay.
talks. And they just wanted to come, make sure all the residents could voice their concerns and help maybe educate them too on how to, be energy efficient. I think it's gonna be on October 27th. That's the date they're throwing around. And it will be at one of the gyms. I'm thinking it'll be at the high school gym. But the superintendent had to check to make sure that the gyms are taken. So, and he didn't get back to me. Yeah, we're not sure yet. We haven't said that. It'll probably be a 2 or 3 hour event. Yeah. At least it's a start and they're willing to come and open up and talk to us and.
Are they sending their officials?
Mhm.
Good.
Yeah. So that's all I have. Does anybody,
Is any others going to be talking, the word Mac walk? Did they?
Chris, do you want to address that?
So,
The property down by the river that we were gonna purchase from Mr. Riley?
yeah, I'm still there's we got, out of the report we got back, had some issues that we. I should have an update or maybe do something.
Okay.
Still do it.
I think so. I mean, I think so. In one way or another.
And then we just have one other property owner down there, right?
Right.
Okay.
Two, isn't it?
2?
Trailer. Get the trailer in the house.
Which one?
That's not his property. I don't think. The trailer.
Oh, you said, you're asking.
Yeah, there was one other piece it was little, it was small.
Gilmore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where,
And he said that we can work something in that too. So,
Lighting.
yes.
Once
I
you- once you-
think they're out the lighting. And now we're to the
were
light.
you talking about your trailer where they're on the Yeah, see, already.
Yeah, no, I know, I was talking about the there, I was thinking.
Oh, you mean about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one you're talking about. Could be cleaned up.
You all may have been here for into the board public work, but, this is not on your agenda. Find out this afternoon or at least a couple of things finalized with the work. We've been working on a construction contract for the pickleball court lighting. It's a separate contract, separate project from the pickleball courts. It's on 100% private donations, but it's a city property and the funds are going to be donated or passed on to the city, so the city will contract for and manage the project. The contractor is KC Electric LLC, who did lighting project earlier in the year. And the price is $53,700. There may be a couple of things that they talked to me about today that we might change. Nothing substantive, just a couple of clarification items. You would approve the contract subject to changes the legal may make while mayor to sign.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract for Casey Electric.
I'll say it.
All in favor?
Aye.
When just point or reference, so you know, timing on that, I think there's some potential grant money that I'll wait and see, so.
Yeah.
But they are wanting to get started on the groundwork because before the weather, gets cold. And, the lights themselves would probably not be due until January. So we will have some time to work out some of the details and then they'll get the groundwork done and then we can get it finished in the first of the year.
Work they did at the softball field. Did those come from the high school?
They did.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have any of those things around.
Yeah, and it was trustees helped us do that. And it was pretty pricey because they were such big poles that we, even if we wouldn't have gotten their help, we probably would have went a different route.
I did touch base with my
Okay,
engineers. And he said it's all in the Corps of Engineers. He's staying in contact. So.
good deal.
You take care.
These lights are coming from Wisconsin Lighting Labs, where Casey's getting actual lights. High output sports area LED lights.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
I made it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.